From the 7-ish studios in Mississauga, Ontario, it's the No Inner Monologue Podcast.
Wait. Hold on one moment. Let's roll that back. And hello guys, and welcome to a bonus episode of the Convoluted Podcast. We have the boys from the No Inner Monologue with us today. We'll be talking movies and the World Cup since it's just right around the corner. With us we have Manny, who we had earlier in Season 1, and joining us anew is Joe and Dwen. How's it going, boys?
Hey, how are ya?
What's up, yo? Coming back for season 2. I'm like a terrible reoccurring character.
Oh, that's how you introduce yourself, eh? Hey, how's it going, guys?
Oh God!
All right, introduce yourselves, guys, to everyone out there who doesn't know and what you guys do. You guys can find out who goes first.
We do stuff.
To the death.
Man,
Dwen,
you're better at this. Dwen, I think
Do
you
we
should.
have to do the Thunderdome, boys?
I know, really go through, but we're not on video.
All right.
I'll go ahead. So we're 3/4 of the No Inner Monologue. I think the way we pitch it is sort of your 1 hour. Your 1 hour sort of 1 hour jump into news, topic of the week. We do various different topics of the week and sort of deep dive into each of them, and throw a little bit of ourselves into it. So I think our last episode was about James Bond. The week before that, the royal wedding. The week before that, I think we did a couple of weeks before that, we did an episode about toys. So it's a bit random from week to week, but the four of us get our sort of maybe each one of those topics and try and figure out how that would relate to us, and next time you're at a trivia night at your local pub, hopefully we'll have helped you win like $50 or something.
I don't know if the information we give on that show is worth $50 or helping anybody on a trivia night, but
It's not. It doesn't help you once.
I know. How many movies did Lazenby do? Oh, one. There you go. It's like it's like that show. What's that? It's an app that people play. The first question is always pretty simple. HQ.
Oh, the video
HQ,
question like game show app.
Yeah, we give you enough knowledge to get through question 1, maybe 2.
If we're lucky. I'm Joey. Yeah, I'm Joey Mangione. Another member of the No Inner Monologue Podcast, and yeah, that Dwen summed it up perfectly about our show. It's all good fun, and like he said, a lot of ourselves are put into the episodes.
All right. And lastly,
Me, Manny, and well, actually, yeah.
Say it right.
I've been trying to ditch that name for a while now. What I'm trying to tell these guys though is the show is actually a hell of a lot of fun. Each and every one of us has a lot of fun doing it, have a lot of fun talking about it. There's not much more to say about that. Just give it a listen, and you should. The whole point of it is that it should relate to the listener at some point. We say each one of us has a different enough personality that it can relate to at least to a different listener each time.
We're missing the fourth part of our quad pod over there is basically Tasha Morrison. She's not there. She's not here only because she has a life, and on Fridays she seems to have a lot of plans going on. She gives her regards.
I like that word, quad pod.
Yeah.
She's a busy lady, and yeah, quad pod is pretty cool.
Lost opportunity, guys. But no, yeah.
Oh no, I figure, yeah.
But honestly, yeah, those guys over there, like, they're amazing. I enjoy listening to them every night when I get a chance. Give a listen to them. Honestly, I'll put some links below. Check them out. They're a great group of people.
Thank you.
All right,
We really appreciate that. That means a lot. Thanks.
you guys are welcome. You guys.
When you say great group of people, do you have us mixed up with somebody else?
As far hopefully not. I don't know who I've been listening to for the last couple of months.
Wait a minute. I've been talking about brilliant idiots, not you guys. This guy's just an idiot.
No, man, you're just talking about yourself again.
I'm not Terry Crews here. I don't talk in the third person.
Does he talk in the third person?
Don't you?
Yeah.
You could never be Terry Crews. That guy's amazing.
Terry Crews is awesome. I love that one episode in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. They finally acknowledged that him talking in the third person will get him in trouble.
Alright, guys.
But Terry loves sugar.
Alright, let's get into some topics. I've been recently listened to your show, and about a couple episodes ago, you guys were talking about the current movies, the Marvel movies to be exact, and starting with the big one, Infinity War. I would like to get each of your guys' opinion on it. Let's start with Dwayne.
I absolutely loved it, and I really did it. Like, I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, and when Homecoming came out, I watched all the trailers and all that, and then I saw the movie, and I loved the movie. I really enjoyed the movie. So much of the movie was spoiled in the trailer, like so much of the great lines, sort of the one-liners and everything. So when Avengers came out, I really, from watching any of the trailers, I hadn't seen a single trailer till the movie came out. It was just seeing all that stuff for the first time, because I was like, I'm going to see it. The trailers, I don't need to check out the trailer. And for those who haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil anything, but the scene at the end with Spider-Man friggin' got me.
Wait.
You mean at the scene?
Manny, wait your turn, Manny. I know you have a lot to say. I know you have a lot to say.
Sorry about that earlier, guys. I actually got a phone call from Marissa's dad, so that was weird.
it's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Marissa's Joe's lady friend.
My special lady friend. Get it right, Dwayne. Jeez.
I apologize.
I think look 2 episodes behind, and you'll be able to understand what's happening with that. But all right, Joe, your turn. Thoughts on Infinity War?
Oh, I thought it was crazy. I actually, it was insane, but I found it very interesting that all of the original Avengers, like from the first phase, were the only ones that survived.
Okay.
At the end of it. Yeah, I found that really cool, which, begs the question of what's going to happen to them in the next one. Like, are they the ones to go? Because somebody's got to die. Think about it.
True.
Right? And a lot of those people in that group, are, like, their contracts are coming up.
Yep, just about.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of Infinity War 2, those guys are done as their tenure in the MCU, right?
Yep. All right, Manny, it's your turn. There's the floodgates.
Floodgates. No, I was just telling these guys, we should not worry about saying spoiler alert or anything like that. Because at this point, if you haven't seen the movie and so you hear a spoiler and freak out, it's your own damn fault, right? Spoiler alerts are, for the people who don't watch it on, when it comes out. Like, do you guys have, Thursday midnight showings there? Like, midnight showings before movie comes out over there?
Yes, we do.
Right, yeah, exactly. So if you watch it on Thursday night, and then you go show up to the office the next day, and you go up to people like, hey, when Spider-Man died at the end there, right? That's a spoiler. That's a dick move. But if you go up to them on, Monday or Tuesday, and you're just talking about it, be like, hey, I saw the movie, that scene at the end when Spider-Man dies. Someone over here, they're like, oh my god, you spoiled it for me, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Your own damn fault. You've been wanting to watch this movie. You have the time to go watch it. Go watch it.
I don't know if somebody has the time. Just because you go for every midnight screening doesn't mean they have the time.
Yeah, but I'll never spoil a movie for you guys.
Says the guy who asks his friends to skip a day at work to go to a movie with him. Some people have jobs, Manny.
I have a job too.
Yeah.
I have a very demanding job.
All right, now that his
Oh, and by the way, I thought the movie was great. It was really fun.
There we go. That's what we want.
The movie was well done. Hey, did you know that scene? There's two of the best scenes in the movie were improvised. The scene with Bautista saying, "Why is Gamora?" And that's Gwen's favorite scene with Tom Holland saying, "I don't want to go for the start." That was improvised as well.
I didn't know that. That's cool. I really enjoyed those scenes. Okay, let's go a little scene by scene and kind of get a little bit deeper with it.
Cool.
Okay, let's start with the big elephant in the room. Thoughts on the actual final appearance of Thanos and the way they depict him. Go.
Well, I mean, what I liked about the whole thing about Thanos was that he wasn't just some nut job. He actually had a purpose. That's what made Thanos so good. That's what made him a perfect villain.
Yeah, I guess. Do you just want to concentrate on the appearance of Thanos, or everything in terms of the way they developed the character throughout the whole MCU?
Let's go with the overall development and how we finally got him 10 years later, or a couple years later.
Well, I really like how they sort of just gave us a little bit of snippets as time went by, right? So you didn't know much about him, and when he finally shows up, right? I feel Josh Brolin has done a great job with that character, and it's starting to seem like that this summer is going to be the summer of Brolin. He seems to be coming out with all kinds of stuff, right? I mean, with Avengers, Deadpool, I think he's got another movie coming out soon. Guy's all over the place this year, so... Sorry?
Sicario 2, I think, is coming out sometime this year, too.
Yeah, that's when... Sicario 2 is coming out. He's getting huge. He's gotten huge this summer, and it's well warranted, because I think his interpretation of the character, his portrayal of the character, was very well thought out and very well, done. I think I really enjoyed his performance in that film, in The Avengers, as well as his performance as Cable in Deadpool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Josh Brolin's going after that sweet Samuel L. Jackson money.
Wow. Samuel L. Jackson's going to show up in Sicario for no damn reason.
Right. No, I thought Thanos as a character was done really well. Watched a lot of I didn't read a lot of Marvel growing up, but I watched a lot of the Marvel shows growing up, and I don't recall Thanos having a very big part in a lot of them.
There was no Steppenwolf.
Oh my god! No.
But it was cool. It was cool though. Little by little in the last couple of years, it was cool that they gave him a purpose, which Marvel villains tend to have, which is nice. I mean, up until Thanos, I think, what was Michael B. Jordan's character's name? Killmonger was villain. And then, I think that, even when the last scene happens, show that he's kind of I don't want to do this. This just has to be done. That's his whole philosophy of it. It's just half the people need to go. I don't want to do it, but this is the way it's done. And I thought that was really well. And another thing that I really liked about the movie, going back to the movie and Thanos, is the fact that superhero movies where the more sequels come, they introduce more bad guys. There's never just one bad guy. It's we have to have 3 villains or 4 villains. And it sort of makes the movie a lot more convoluted. Different route. They made Thanos the main character.
Oh yeah, this was 100% the Thanos movie.
Thanos as your main character, and then sort of revolve or their stories as sort of the side stories to how to get to him.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
And I thought that was a really cool way. I thought it was a really interesting way of doing it. I don't think there's any other way of doing it and making that movie work. They did a really good job of putting that together. So.
Okay. Nice.
Oh no, the title of that movie could have been called Thanos. It did a great job of just. I almost want to say they tried to make the audience sort of understand Thanos' perspective in it, right? The reason why he's doing what he's doing and why he's doing it. And I'm not gonna lie, just the emotion that he goes through even when he has to make this choice, finish what he started or spare his favorite daughter. Right. And ultimately he obviously finishes, he stays driven and finishes his task, but with obviously a heavy heart, right?
Yeah.
So they gave
that's
you
good
a
parenting,
nice.
Joe.
Oh dear! I hope your wife can hear you say that.
At the end of the movie, I straight up thought that Thanos was going to be one of the ones to disappear. The way that they were, when he actually dropped and said, when he said, it doesn't matter, 50% of the population, rich or poor, do not discriminate, things like that. I straight up thought when everyone was disintegrating, I thought he was going to disintegrate.
But if he disintegrated, there'd be no point. What would they do in the second Infinity War?
Honestly wouldn't work.
Well, how are they going to bring him back?
Sense. Why would they bring him back?
Stone kids, Tapstone.
That's yeah, maybe. All right.
No, everyone's trapped in the Soul Stone.
He's the one character they don't want to bring back. Why would they bring him back?
You have to get the time stone to get everybody else back, right?
Exactly.
I straight up think that the only way that how Doctor Strange said that there's only one scenario where they win, and that was the one where Thanos got the time stone. That's why he was so.
He gives it to him.
Yes, he does.
I think that's what's happening. I think that's
I'm
why
so
Doctor
disappointed. I'm so disappointed that no one that when Iron Man and Doctor Strange were in the same room, I'm so sad. No one said, no shit.
Oh, nah, that would have been a fun reference, but
I feel like that's just lazy writing.
So okay, all right. Let's head into a little bit more then into the actual heroes. What did you guys think? How they were able to fit so many of the main cast from all these into this 1 2.5 long movie?
It felt
They
more like
did all right.
Well, let me
Sorry,
think.
Manny, go ahead.
So the actors that got the most screen time was Thor, Thanos, and Gamora. Other than that, though, everyone else almost felt like a cameo.
Okay.
Oh, no. There was also the scenes with everybody on. Forget the name of the planet, but the planet with Thanos. That's like a big thing, right?
Oh, when they're on Titan.
Yeah.
Oh, that whole battle sequence was good too. But
I honestly, it almost felt like, like one of those Gary Marshall movies where they have like 50 different stars and they go through each sections of their day, type of thing. What was like Valentine's Day, those weird, kind of shitty Gary Marshall movies.
that's a very.
I mean, it feels like an Avengers movie that was directed by Gary Marshall, in my opinion. in that regard, right?
They shot the movie. This Russo brothers sort of shot it as 2 separate movies, right? Or 3 separate movies.
What if it was directed by Uwe Boll?
It'd be terrible, and you'd be the only one who'd like it.
That's a maybe. That's a maybe, Dwight.
That's a lie, Manuel. We all know your taste in movies kind of sucks.
That's not true.
So fucking.
You're just basing that on Waterworld and my history of watching movies.
That's how tastes in movies go, dude. Like, seriously. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, let's regroup a little bit. Okay.
Invited back on.
Alright,
We're not allowed back after this, are we?
oh no, you guys are back for a big reunion tour.
I'm not dead. What do you mean reunion tour? I'm not gonna die and just come back.
It's not Jesus.
Alright.
Why am I even on? Why do I deal with you?
This is you're the one who asked us to join you tonight, buddy.
You know, just look up the word regret.
You'll see my face.
Yeah.
You'll see all three of our faces, Manny.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sorry, Jesus, what's next?
Alright. So,
Sorry, we had to take that rag on Manny mission. It's like those old-timey cartoons.
we're back. Alright, so heading into the film, what was your guys' kill count? Like, what were you thinking? Who was gonna go? Like, for me, I thought they were gonna go so ballsy, and they were gonna at least do 2, maybe 3 tops. What were your guys' kill count going into the film?
I was thinking Black Widow and Hawkeye were gonna die. Because they weren't advertising Hawkeye at all in the posters. I thought that Hawkeye would have like a 2-minute cameo, and him and Widow would get done.
2 for Manny.
I honestly thought all of the big ones, like the original, like the original, the ones that survived, are the ones that I thought were going to
about 7.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was all Black Panther.
Okay, Dwayne?
Just sort of reading up on whose contracts were done or what was going to be the last movie. I thought it would be either Captain America or Iron Man. I thought one of the two. The way sort of.
Dwayne went the logical route. He didn't go the fan route.
It makes sense too. I mean, like the way these movies have all gone. Even the way the movie starts off with Robert Downey Jr. talking about having kids and all this stuff, you're like, oh, he's definitely gone. This thing.
Okay.
It's just he's stuck on a planet with a robot now.
All right, and I think you guys mentioned a little bit. What was some of the deaths you were surprised by when they just started happening? Starting with Dwayne, going backwards.
I think the one that surprised me the most was Black Panther, because I thought they'd incorporate him a little bit in the next movie. At one point in the movie, I thought, did you ever watch Evil?
Yes. Wait, are we talking about the Buffy Vampire Slayer spinoff? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know you have.
One of the best shows ever.
Wasn't that like one of your favorite shows, Manny?
It is. It was. It still is. I still watch it now and then on Netflix.
That show's
Is it
awesome.
on Netflix?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Netflix Canada, please.
Maybe Canadian Netflix.
Yeah, our Netflix is different. From
Don't worry,
you guys.
I know my way around to get stuff.
Oh, fair enough. But again, yeah, Netflix Canada is not worth it compared to what you guys get in the States, to be honest.
I don't know about that.
Gotta steal Netflix America.
Alright, but no.
Sorry, but the very last episode of Angel, only characters who survive are all the supernatural ones, right? The ones that have like. And I thought that's kind of what would have happened at the end of there, but it was sort of like it was random. Well, it was random in the sense, watch the show,
But hold on, wait. No, oh my god, I can't believe I'm spacing on his name. The black guy, he played Deathlock in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. What's his name? J. August Richards, right? What's his name? What's his name? J. August Richards. What's his name?
Gunn!
Gunn, yeah, him. And I was thinking of the actual actor. Gunn, he survived.
Something to no, he's not. There's something to him at the end of this thing. He has a power.
Okay.
There's a power. I can't remember what it is.
Lawyer brain, is that really a power? That's just a fancy degree. That's just going to law school.
All right, Joe, your most impactful death.
For me, it was the scene with Spider-Man. That one scene with Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. That was just some really good acting on the part of Tom Holland. I mean, I was fully invested. I'm not gonna lie. I think I shed a little bit of a tear for that scene just because it got me right.
It got me a tear as well, and I
Yeah.
like. Okay, so
They did a really good job of. Sorry, but they also did a really good job, like out of the two movies, to say like how much wants to do or Peter Parker wants to do for Tony Stark, right? He just wants to impress him. It's his father figure.
Yeah, exactly. That's the best way to describe him. He's his father figure, and you're like watching your son perish in front of you, and it's a very hard scene. The first time I watched it opening day, it didn't hit me as hard as it did the next four times I saw that film, and yeah, I saw the film like five times
opening week. It was like every day of the week.
Just about. I saw it the night of the Thursday night, and saw it Friday, Saturday,
Nice.
skipped Sunday, saw it Monday, Tuesday.
Took a little breather in between.
Hold on,
Eh?
so I shouldn't be asking you this, but what do you think of it?
Well, we'll go. I'll answer that, and after Manny tells me his most impactful death.
Gamora, because Gamora, what it actually showed is that,
okay.
in my opinion, it portrayed Thanos. Gamora's death portrayed Thanos as a very relatable character. It took him, it put him away. It separated him from your typical maniacal supervillain, and it actually showed that he actually had a heart. It actually showed that he had that there. I don't want to say that there was good in him, but that there was a reason for it, and that he is doing this for a reason, and he's aware of the cost. So when he actually said, "Oh, something you love," and Gamora was saying, "You don't love anything," he's like, "Bitch, I do." Off you go, right? You can't, right? You can't fake that.
That's how we answered it.
That's how Manny treats family, I guess.
I just realized this thinking about that scene. What other reason? Thanos? Sorry, Thanos.
Wait, what? Can you repeat that?
In that scene, I kept thinking like Thanos reminded me of someone, and I was like, it looks like Bruce Willis.
Why Bruce Willis?
The way his face is drawn kind of reminds me of Bruce Willis.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Maybe.
Okay, we're gonna need a meme made side by side photos,
maybe.
crossovers.
What's a movie with bald Bruce Willis?
All of them?
How many are not with him? I know. How many movies aren't with him bald?
I think the last movie I had hair was Die Hard 1.
No, he had hair in Die Hard 3. Don't say that.
Google, answer
Gwen
me
has a Google Home. It might murder Dwayne. I don't know. His Google Home did that.
It's not made by Skynet. Jesus, calm down.
Google. What did Bruce Willis have hair in Die Hard? Dwayne, you want to Die Hard? Okay, dead.
Death by Manny.
Alright. So let's
No, you didn't answer.
Alright, let's move to one more topic, and then you guys can ask me. No, I'll answer any questions you have after this last one. what was your most most exciting part of the film? Like it rose you, like you had your heart pumping. Let's go with what was the most exciting part of the movie for you. Manny, go first.
When they had to let in
any particular
they had to
part?
open up the force field to let in the monsters because they were going to. She needed more time to back up Vision. Yeah.
Okay, so just the initial just arousal. All right. Joe?
My favorite scene that had me going was the scene with Peter Dinklage on the star. Right, I love the.
That surprised me. He was in the film.
We saw the movie together, first of all, and we were laughing in the theater the fact that he was he's still a dwarf. He was enormous. The biggest fucking dwarf ever. And then there's the whole thing of that you'll take on the whole power of the star, it could kill you. Yeah, only if I die. Yeah, that's the whole point, right? So yeah, I thought that, I loved that. That was my favorite bit of the entire movie, to be honest.
All right.
There's two scenes that I genuinely really. Well, the scene where Thor first shows up with the new. It's not a hammer, but it's the axe.
The new hammer?
Stormbreaker.
Yeah, Stormbreaker. When he shows up with
The axe, Stormbreaker. Yes.
There's a scene in the movie where where it's him and Rocket talking about all this stuff, and they're like bonding.
Rabbit.
I'm watching this movie going, this is because I to see interact with each other, and it's amazing. Now, I could totally watch a Thor and Raccoon with a Thor and Rabbit movie.
Oh God, there's talking about how Thor and how Rocket interacted. It was the fourth time I was watching the film, and they were talking, and for some reason, when they were talking, I imagined Thor as Pooh, the bear, and you can hear them like you can hear Pooh's voice. I heard Pooh's voice talking to Rocket as he was Rabbit.
As Winnie the Pooh.
Wow. Hey, it can happen. They're both in the Disney. No?
Disney.
No, if you listen. Fuck, what was some of the lines? It was like, fuck.
No, I'm trying
to remember some of the lines.
I get it.
I just came up with a new shirt idea. Thank you, Jesus.
100%. You tell Chris Hemsworth to get into a Pooh outfit, you'll say, done. Here it is. I have my own Pooh outfit.
So the next time you guys watch Infinity War, just think of that, and every time you hear the Thor just talking to Rocket, it's just gonna sound like Pooh yelling orders to Rabbit.
Oh man, I almost want to type those up, and if Jim Cummings ever comes to Toronto for like a convention or something, get him to read those lines as Pooh. Speaking of that, have you guys ever seen? I think it's on YouTube, where Jim Cummings does a whole read as Darth Vader.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta look that up.
Oh,
Jim Cummings does the lines of Darth Vader. I can't remember from which Star Wars, but Jim Cummings does Darth Vader as Winnie the Pooh. It's hilarious.
I like that he does shit like that. A lot of people make close minded about things stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
Well, there's also one on YouTube with the guys that do Pinky in the Brain, and they do the scene in the car from Pulp Fiction, like the opening scene, where Vincent is telling Jules about his trip to Europe. Yeah, but it's Pinky in the Brain doing the voices. It's hilarious. Yeah.
Aren't they,
Oh, yeah.
aren't they
that's
rebooting
amazing.
that?
What, Pinky in the Brain?
Yeah, I heard they're rebooting even though...
They're doing a new. Hello?
Yeah.
Hi.
Sorry, I thought I got cut off. They're doing a new
Yeah.
Animaniacs. ABPK the Brain will be part of that, which
Yes.
would make me very happy.
You know what? I like the Good Feathers. They were awesome. Yeah,
The three
one
pigeons.
those
Yeah,
the two
they're
bird
doing that
pigeons?
Goodfellas spoof.
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah.
good Joe Pesci. I will say that. I
Okay,
think that
okay.
might have been Joe Pesci, just under a different name.
It wasn't Joe Pesci though.
Speaking of Joe Pesci, what the hell happened to him?
He retired.
Did he?
Yeah, he's I don't know when it's out to be released, but he's in the next Scorsese movie called The Irishman.
So he didn't
And
retire.
I believe, well, no, he's coming out of retirement to do that movie with for Scorsese
Okay.
and his caterpillar eyebrows.
Okay.
You know, last I saw him, he was in a Snickers commercial.
Do you guys? Okay.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Last I saw him was like a fucking, like a drama about Kennedy or whatever, about 4 or 5 years ago. He's been sort of just laying low for as he's gotten older. He doesn't do much acting anymore. Yeah. And that's what's happened to Joe Pesci.
Okay.
I keep tabs on all
Okay,
Joes.
so-
That's why I know this.
I was gonna say because there is no way you did that off the top of your head. I didn't prep you for that question. What the fuck? Are you googling as we're talking? Like that was
No,
way
man,
too much.
that's off the top of my head. I know
That's
this.
just way too much information for someone to know about Joe Pesci. I don't know.
I keep tabs on all Joes. I have to know what every Joe is doing all the time.
That's a secret Joe network.
It's a Joe society. We're
He
like,
needs to become number one Joe eventually.
That was a little bit odd, right? How much?
he will be the he will only be the one day.
There will never
have
be,
to cut off another
be
Joe's
one
head.
Joe ever, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, Italy fucked that up. That's for sure.
But Gwen, though, that was weird that he just knew that off the top of his head, right?
I would say yes. With Joe, no.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Alright, do you guys have any questions for me concerning
Yeah. Do you know
Infinity
any
War?
other Joes?
Yeah.
If I go back in the credits, I can find them. All of them. They're all secretly there.
There you go. Actually,
There you go. They're in
there's
control.
like a
You see, they're
Hollywood
in control.
executive who actually has the exact same name as I do. There's a Joe Mangione that worked on the first Avengers.
I see.
See, I have tabs on all Joes.
Jeez, what was your standout moment in the whole movie? Like, what was the one moment that you're like, yeah, I need to go watch it another 5 times?
Okay, so I'll take exciting moment would be overall the when Thor shows up and it's his just enveloped in lightning and everything, and then you see Rocket and Groot next to him. That just got me with chills. That just made me go one more. The Spider-Man's death, Tom Holland's acting, like Joe said, it hit me the next 4 times. Like, that was really well done acting. Like Joe said, it had a tear in
Tom
my
Holland
eye.
did a
Like, damn
great
it.
job just with that character, just with that
Huh?
short scene of showing that much emotion of like, it's just like, yeah, no, he doesn't want to go, and it's like, even from Spider-Man's perspective, it's in a way he's losing another father figure by him, you know, again making a foolish decision and not listening when he was told not to do something, which is why he says, "I'm sorry," because he didn't get to say that to Uncle Ben.
Yeah.
Right? Because think of it this way, like
Strong.
with the whole story, we all know the story of how Uncle Ben passed away. He didn't get his chance to say sorry for the one mistake that he made that caused it.
So,
right?
Yeah.
Well, and the other thing is he's the youngest one.
Alright,
he's supposed to be a 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a kid too. Yeah.
Yeah, also the death of a child on top of that, yeah.
That's his whole life to go, right?
Yeah.
That's yeah. Let's see what else. The overall humor was surprisingly good. Everyone had someone I was talking to said explained it the best. Everyone had this kind of Spider-Man-esque humor. Like everyone had quips on them, and a lot of them landed really well. Even going to see them multiple times.
Yeah, I would say that the MCU, in regards to that specifically, has managed to sort of work out the kinks and keep it balanced. Right, with that, with the quips as well as keeping the story moving. I mean, if you look throughout the films, they've become quite formulaic in a way, but it's at a point where it doesn't bother a viewer because like the quips are there and they continuously keep you engaged. The opposite end of the spectrum is the DC cinematic universe, where they're still trying to figure it out, right? And there's a lot of like interjections and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Can anyone think of any DC movies, like any of the DC movies that actually have jokes in them besides the acting?
They added the
Ow.
Which one?
Exactly. They brought it. They've started to bring him in Justice League.
The only one, Justice League. I'm trying to. You know what? That movie is so forgettable. That movie's ridiculously forgettable.
But this is
a little bit, yeah.
But this is the problem with Justice League, and that's why the Warner Brothers is trying to like. The biggest problem is they're trying to play catch up, which they shouldn't even try. They should just do their own thing, right? I mean, did we really? Why couldn't we have seen the Aquaman movie and the Flash movie first, or even a standalone Batman movie? I mean, why did Batman?
Yeah, exactly.
Need to or apparently they can't make a Superman movie without Batman, which fucking pissed me off.
I think we've seen enough Batman movies.
I totally agree with you there.
Martha! Yeah. Oh yeah, there's that too.
I was actually...
Alright.
I was picture...
yeah.
See, so... Hey, okay. Who do you... If they were to do an origin story on this Spider-Man, just a quick one, who do you think would play Uncle Ben?
Michael Keaton.
Tony Tony Danza.
Wait, what was that?
What? Really? Tony Danza? This is why your taste in movies is fucking terrible.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Oh, you don't have to say anything bad.
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Just his name is Tony and not Joe.
Hey. Oh, I got nothing.
I haven't heard that.
I feel like the last one Tony Danza was in was like Don John.
Oh, good at that.
You never heard of that? That's the one with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Like as his directorial debut. It's about a dude with porn addiction.
He's a sex addict. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. That's a fucking good movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the last thing I saw Tony Danza in.
And okay, so so finishing off my last thing would be the fifth showing. The reason I watched it the fifth time was seeing after I found out what Groot said at the end, what the director announced, what he officially said as he was passing away. That got me a little bit more.
I did. I read about it, and it got me. When I read
Did you hear
about it.
anything about
I
that?
don't remember exactly what it is.
Okay, so what was officially confirmed is Groot says "Father"
Oh, it's the rocket?
as he perishes. Yes. Father or Papa, something like that. But no, yeah. Yeah, and it got me a little bit, but
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's
it makes
Bradley
sense.
Cooper
It
that
makes
does
sense
the
a little bit
voice of
more now.
Rocket, right?
Yep.
That's a hell of a fucking great work. I always forget that. Bradley Cooper's a great actor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Groot's last
There's other movies.
So
line to
That's
Rocket
good.
was dad. That's what it was.
Yeah.
yeah, was that okay? Yeah, same some. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's knowing that hits you a little bit more.
What was?
But yeah, those are kind of my just general thoughts of the film. I really enjoyed it. As you can see, I saw it 5 times, and I didn't regret any of
The
that.
others.
Let's move into something. No, go for it. Maybe. Okay, let's do finishing thoughts.
It's like
on this
Spearman's
one.
final
I think-
thoughts.
Actually, it was just all I was going to say was the only other thing that sort of about it, kind of that I gasped during the movie, when Miss Marvel's logo or Captain Marvel's logo showed up on the
Pager.
it just got me. I don't know why it did. And then the other thing about it, which I read afterwards, was there's a Buffy connection to the last line in.
Motherfucker?
Oh?
Yeah. It was funny because a lot of
Really?
people
Huh?
kind of thought it was a nod to like what's his face to
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. Buffy would always say in her show, which was the apocalypse comes, beat me. Does in the movie.
What? The apocalypse comes what?
Me. Like page me.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. How
I
interesting.
can see that.
I do like the fact that Dwayne kind of called the post-credits scene though in the episode the week before the movie came out of our show. It's gonna be right at the end of the movie, and it's just gonna be her saying, "Hi, I'm Brie Larson."
No, Brie Larson's hot.
Yes, she is very attractive.
We're in debate.
I'll second that.
Do you guys ever see her on United States of Terra? Like, that's where I first saw her, and I honestly thought she was a great actress then, and she's just proving it that she's, got the chops to really just do anything in Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood is hers if she wants it, type of thing. In my opinion, anyways.
Are you a publicist, Joe?
I could be.
Is her publicist
Actually-
also named Joe that you have to?
You got connections.
It's funny because there's the guy who created what's his name? The guy who directed Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh, that movie exists.
Shut up, Manny. But
Really, shut up. That movie.
Why you didn't like that?
That's a movie. That's a movie that you thinking of through rose-colored glasses. The movie sucked.
seen
Okay, go on.
more than
What are you talking about? It did not suck.
Wait, yeah, I'm a little. Okay, what film are you guys talking about? You guys kind of little blended in a little bit. Okay, yeah.
No, that movie didn't suck.
Ooh,
That was a
terrible.
10 out of 10. 11 out of 10.
Video game or living in Toronto.
Oh yeah, that's it.
But that
No, I think it's because I'm not a Michael Cera fan at all. He ruins everything for me. Okay, go on.
Anyways, Dwayne, you were saying?
no, but the director of that movie is doing a running count Right, he's doing a running count of all the actors in that movie who ended up becoming superheroes.
Mhm.
There's Chris Evans, there's Brandon Routh,
interesting.
there's Brie Larson.
Brandon Routh was a superhero before he did that movie, though.
He is right.
He's a superhero now. He played a guy in the movie.
Oh, he's a superhero again?
Yeah, he's in Legends of Tomorrow.
Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, I didn't know that. But my point is, he was Superman before he did Scott Pilgrim.
Actually, I'm not doing Superman. Oh,
You just refuse to remember Superman Returns, don't you?
Since I've seen the new Superman, I love Superman Returns.
Okay. Well, I kind of want to get into that because I actually like Henry Cavill's
I'm with you, Jesus.
depiction of Superman.
I'm cool with it.
So am I.
Okay. Okay, I'll say this. With Brendan Routh, I got what he was trying to do. He was trying to be like Christopher Reeves, and it was a decision of director, because that's what Bryan Singer was looking for. But the problem for him was, he's not Christopher Reeves. What Bryan Singer should have done is try to do his own complete, just standalone film. It doesn't have to be an origin story, but what he was trying to do is just make Brendan Routh Chris Reeves, and it didn't work.
You mean the fact that he was a deadbeat dad? The whole movie?
Yeah, I guess. Again, that's Bryan Singer's big idea, though, and that was the problem with the movie.
I'm not a fan of Bryan Singer.
He did the X-Men movies.
The actor or the
Oh, I mean,
he's done some pretty good movies, and some movies that I would say that you've liked, that you've told me you liked, but didn't realize he directed. But
like,
yeah, he made a mistake with the X-Men movies, the first two. Sorry, Ben, what was that? You cut out there.
Yeah,
I think Google.
yeah, you cut out for a second.
Here, I can hear you. I can hear you.
When are you alive?
No, but you keep cutting out.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I could hear you guys.
We can't. Yeah, you keep cutting out a little bit.
I'm listening.
Anyways,
So Bryan Singer, did you not like the first two X-Men movies?
I only liked the second one. I didn't like the first one.
are you just backtracking now and just saying that so you don't feel so bad?
Nope.
Yeah, I think you're lying to me.
You guys know my taste in movies. Don't be surprised.
Yeah, they're terrible.
They're not terrible. They're
All right.
unique.
All right, all right, good. It's good. Okay, going from the transition to
Yes.
X-Men.
Yes.
You guys saw Deadpool too. Okay, moving it away from Infinity War and like that mindset going into Deadpool 2.
Oh, I
Initial
loved it.
thoughts
It was
when you guys
everything
left
that
the theater.
you wanted to be in a Deadpool movie. It had everything that you wanted.
I could have left after the opening credits and
Okay.
been happy, to be honest, but...
So did you like it or not like it?
No, I mean, I loved the opening credit sequence 100%. But that's because of... I said it in our last episode, too, that it was very Bond-esque, and I really enjoyed that. But... Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan. No, I'm joking. I loved it.
So
What I really liked about that movie, one, it was, it's funny. It's all as every Deadpool movie should be. A little bit heavier than the first movie. It really sort of like he sort of took all the characters a little bit. A little bit more seriously than the first one, because with a character, like it's hard. You have to. It's a little hard to. It's a little. What's the stakes for a character that doesn't die?
That's true. That's a really good way to depict that. And I want to talk something. I want to say something later about like character death and stuff like that. And I think you guys know what scene I'm talking about. But so my thoughts on it, because kind of less than what I with Infinity War. I saw Deadpool 2 3 times opening week. So the first time I watched it, I was lucky enough I was able to catch a double feature, so I was able to rewatch the first Deadpool on the big screen again.
They must still love that on a first-name basis in the theaters by now.
Hey, having Movie Pass, man, getting that free movie every day doesn't hurt.
It's for movie theaters.
Okay. Okay, not a sponsorship, but Movie Pass sponsor me. Like, I really love your services. Movie Pass is a service where you pay $10 a month to see a movie once a day. Like, basically, that's it. You pay $10 a month
it can be to
watch a movie
like
once
Avengers and things like that.
Man, we have a service like that here in Canada.
Yep.
It's called Screen something. I forget the full name. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. It's harder to kind of like promote it now a little bit. They've changed some terms and services. Like before, you were able to the only reason I was able to catch Infinity War 5 times was before they changed their services about 2 weeks ago from the time we're talking. You were able to watch any film once a day, as many times as you wanted in that month. Their updated terms of services have made it you can only watch that film one time that month. So I can only watch Infinity War once this month, Deadpool once this month, and I can't go see it again. I would have to pay full price separately. Exactly.
You know what?
Yep.
They probably recognize how much money they were losing.
And there's a lot. Go for it. Oh no, yeah. Look, actually, I found a lot of loopholes you could do. Like, not like I did them, but there's a lot of loopholes people could do with that. People were using it to buy people's tickets and selling them off. Since you're only paying $10 a month, you can buy people tickets and make a little extra buck. Some interesting ways were how some movie theaters have reward programs. Yeah, so you were able to just purchase any ticket and you would just reap the rewards, and you don't even have to watch the movie. You can just buy a ticket that day and okay, head home.
Gosh.
And just build up the points.
Darn.
There's a lot of ways you can manipulate the system, and that's kind of some of the reasons they changed it. And for the most part, it doesn't affect me too much. Like I would have still paid to go see Infinity War and Deadpool out of pocket, because I enjoyed the films. Like, I think that's one thing to say is if you enjoyed the film enough to go see it again, it's really you're willing to
I
pay
agree. I saw the
a little
first
bit more
when Spider-Man
later
1
on.
first came out, the Tobey Maguire one. I went to go see it 7 times in the theater. No, I did not.
Wow, you
it is
outclassed
not
me
a
there.
victory.
But no, that's okay. So that is my little shill.
Go
for
Movie Pass. I wish I could get that.
Yeah, Movie Pass is great.
I'm gonna have to look into it.
I
I'm
think
gonna have to look into it. What the option is in Canada here then?
yeah, just
It's a company called Scream something. I forget what
Yeah,
the name is. It's like
there's a
$14 a
lot.
month.
We're still getting ripped off here, man. God damn it.
charging you guys $5 more. So
Yeah.
shoot, what were we talking about? Deadpool.
Learn about what Deadpool was.
Shit. Oh yeah, seeing it. So I was lucky enough to see the double feature, and I was happy because the first movie still holds up. I liked how, as I was watching it, they made a lot of fun references to the first one, and it felt since I watched the first one fresh there. I think some of the jokes they made reference to hit me a little more than they would have to another person. If you know what I'm saying.
That's pretty cool.
Sorry?
What was that, Joe?
Right?
Wait, yeah, someone's cutting out a little bit.
I liked the Brad Pitt cameo.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Those 2 seconds of screen time just made it worth it.
Okay, so let's do that. So, what was like for you guys? What was the most hilarious thing that had you like laugh? Like laughing?
How X Factor got all killed. Shatterstar.
X Force. Yeah,
X Force. Yeah.
X Force. All right, now time to throw shame at Manny here. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1. Go internet.
If you want to throw shade, just listen to our podcast. It's just an hour and a half of these guys going on.
Our episode's only an hour, dude. You know that, right?
You're gonna just start showing.
Let's not forget about off camera. Well, off mic work. You guys smash me then too. I think
that's 24/7, bud.
I think
now you got the
appointment, Joe.
Yeah, it's called July 17th. I'm waiting for a good birthday gift. That's why I'm being mean. Just to clarify that joke for you, see,
right.
We have this thing, the fact that for whatever reason, Manny has been a really good friend and gotten me some pretty amazing gifts for a few birthdays. Like, for example, he got me Zlatan Ibrahimovic autograph, and I believe Buffon and Del Piero's autographs, and then he got me a signed Juventus jersey. And the joke was, like, because I'm always ragging on him that everybody's saying, oh, you're the meanest one to Manny, but yet he gets you the best gifts. So that's why I say right around the time of my birthday, I get even meaner to Manuel because I think I'm going to get a good gift out of it.
Well, I love this love-hate relationship now. I got more things. All right, let's go. Getting back to X Factor's death here. For me, when they jumped out of that plane, like that. So for my double feature showing, there weren't that many people because people had to roll over from the first film. So we actually had I'm gonna say at least 20 people in my showing, and that moment had me literally laughing so hard. You know when you're laughing so hard, you're like crying and your sides hurt. That it had me like that, and like everyone in my theater was laughing so hard, and it was honestly like so perfect, and I honestly like it was just fun, and I'm even thinking about it right now, just seeing everyone die, like just they just built them up so much.
I gotta watch this movie with you, man. You genuinely enjoy these movies. I just sit there like a fat bastard and eat popcorn.
Yeah, I know. I hate going to the movies with you.
Oh God.
Oh God, man. God. Oh man. Trust me.
You know what? I'm just
oh no, I was just laughing so hard.
Like if there's something funny, I'd be like, hey, did you see that? Hey, yo, that's Sting. Yo, that's Sting.
That's Sting. He never remembers the name.
No, he does not remember names for anything.
You know what? I make an effort to remember faces.
That's not helpful for a movie.
It's a good thing we're on audio only format. What can I say, fellas? I got a face for radio.
I actually recently saw a photo of all four of you for the first time. I showed it to the rest of my cast, and we were trying to play Guess That Face. And
yeah. I hope you guys got cash right away.
Immediately. We got that wrong.
Do I
Something wrong with our
need a
eyesight.
The worst thing is, out of the drawings, the only one without a beard is Tash. I think Tash would be very upset if you guys got that wrong.
What, are you still there? Glenn?
Hear me?
Are you there?
Glenn?
No, nobody can hear me. God damn it.
I can hear you now.
No, we can hear you now.
We can hear you. Have you been talking?
Been listening.
I don't know if
I've been
we're picking
listening,
you
but the
up
thing is,
a little
it
bit.
showed me a thing that said disconnected, so I was like, wait, what?
You're back. Actually, you're pretty clear now compared to before.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. But no, that's yeah. It was fun just trying to pick you guys out a little bit, and yeah, it's overall fun. I'm working unofficially to get a shirt with your guys' faces on, just to wear it around.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Publicity for you
That
guys.
is
We can
awesome.
sort that out for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we can sort you guys out with that. I think we can.
Yeah, I'll send some ketchup chips in there as well.
Hey, we've been still waiting for that, man. And my sister's like been yelling at me, like, "Where's the ketchup
Poutine
chips and
sauce.
whatever that sauce was?"
Wait,
You know what?
Yeah, she's been
Still
yelling
waiting
at me.
for
Where is
something
it?
from
Like,
Manny.
no.
It's never showing up, first of all.
Yeah,
Mr.
you've been
Juventus
waiting for
jersey.
That's the thing. Joey's mean to you, so you gave him something. Jesus has been nothing but nice to you. You're probably eating the damn ketchup chips right now.
You ate my roommate's ketchup chips, remember?
Oh yeah, he threw a spaz attack.
He did.
He really threw. He was so angry.
He broke everybody's balls for a week about those fucking chips.
The best is he texted me at what he did. He texted me
Yes.
at 1:30 in the morning.
Are you
He's like,
serious?
so about my ketchup chip. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Actually,
I'm trying to play Fortnite here.
we actually gave him the chips, and then he started giving them away to people.
Oh yeah. You were so pissed about that.
He's an odd fella.
That's an understatement.
No. All right. So,
Alright. Okay. Right, recovery.
So, 2 weeks from now,
Alright, let's
World
heading
Cup.
back to
World
okay,
Cup.
2 weeks from now? What's happening 2 weeks from now?
Woo!
Oh yeah. Yeah, World Cup.
Yay.
Yeah.
Alright. The actual reason
Well,
yeah.
we came to talk.
Yay. Well, yay. So, all right.
Yay.
Okay, Jesus, I wanted to ask you. Now that the U.S. has been disqualified from the World Cup,
Hey,
Who?
I only blame one man and one man only for that. The only one who looks like an orange carrot.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I see.
Don't worry, he's
Okay.
not worth speaking about these days.
Oh, I just got it. Yes. No, I wanted to ask you: is there a lot of media coverage over there for the World Cup? I mean, I would assume that if the U.S. was in it, there would be a lot more media coverage. But what about now that they're not in it? Is there like our local TV stations, like, you know, and tune in on the 14th for the World Cup?
There is zero. I will tell you now, zero anything about World Cup talking right now. The last thing I saw about the World Cup was a tweet that I forget. I think it was one of the sponsors tweeted out was the uniforms they were going to use, and that was it. And it was just, and that was very. It was very shameful. Like, here was the uniform you were going to use.
They did release
That becomes a collector's item. That becomes a collector's item.
But they did release the jerseys. They did release them for sale or whatever, which was funny because they actually call them the World Cup shirts. his shirts now. But they're really nice.
I'm gonna go with this. Like here in Canada, at least in our city, Mississauga, suburb of Toronto, it's getting pretty hyped up. Like I'm already seeing vendors on the corners, on the street corners. They have, they're selling the different flags of the nations. I've already seen a few cars with their nation's flag driving by. My wife, she's getting me a Costa Rica flag. My parents are putting on a Peruvian flag in their car. My cousins, they are like some of my model cousins down in Peru. They're fucking going around, trying to different booths, trying to promote it stuff. Some of my cousins that have moved up here, they're promoting it. It's just it's going a bit crazy over here, right? Like, so you guys don't have that atmosphere over there. Like, you told me you were of Mexican heritage, right? Yeah, Jesus. All right, so like Mexico's in the World Cup. Like, yeah. I mean, yourself, your siblings, or your parents, are they like, Vamos Mexico?
My uncles, not my parents.
I think,
but like most of my extended family are excited, but go Mexico is not the thing. We'll say it, but it's not like we're predicting.
I think
anything.
it's also sort of different the way
Honestly.
things are. I mean, America's always been known as sort of a melting pot, right? You get there, you sort of assimilate to the whole thing. Whereas over here, we're very much, Canada's very much like, hey, you do you, but just make sure you're every once in a while. So it's true. Like Canada's not qualified for World Cup in decades.
1986 was the last time. 1986 was the last one, and the only one actually.
Years. Yeah, so it's been 32 years, and when the World Cup comes around, people who don't even soccer, people who think that soccer's only played once every 2 years, are so super excited about it.
Oh, and people who have like fourth generation Italians, like the grandpa ate Chef Boyardee ones, they're starting to support Italy all of a sudden, like they always have.
You're just the Costa Rican version of that, right?
How am I? I was born there.
Okay. Can I ask you guys? Okay, can I ask you guys individually? Well, like your origins. Yeah. I know
Manny's from Costa Rica, but up until like a few years, but is also Peruvian and is also American and is also Canadian.
Yeah, that's right. I am. That's it.
You choose and you pick and choose your country based on that.
I have the benefit of doing that.
Oh, don't forget he's from Kuala Lumpur too.
I'm like 5% this. The second I hear an episode with Manny declaring himself part animal, whatever animal, then I'm going to be worried.
He's already been declared an alien, so...
So we're getting close.
From outer space.
You guys have seen the Chihuahua side.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. You're angry
It's not
Chihuahua.
hilarious, it's supposed to be terrifying.
That was anything but... He freaked out when we were playing soccer. Yeah. Oh man, he freaked out on someone. It was just funny seeing Manny act like that. That's all. That's another story. But sorry, for another day. But back to World Cup stuff. So Manny, who are you supporting?
Me, I am going with Costa Rica for two reasons. I'm Costa Rican, and they made me money last World Cup.
Not reason more than the first reason.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, but I don't know. My heart is leaning towards Peru though. My parents are Peruvian. So, and this is the first time Peru's made it since 1982. See, Joe, I also know random facts, and and they're very, very excited, right? And there's so much drama going around behind the cap. So, just to give a brief overview of it, in the Argentina-Peru game, the captain actually was sick. So they gave him some tea. Now, he refused the tea, but the tea was made from cocoa leaves, the same leaves as cocaine, right? So, he refused it. Then they did some doping tests. And the next game, by the way, the ending of that Peru-Colombia game was hilarious because...
was it Colombia or Argentina? Make up your mind.
No.
I'm hearing this conspiracy theory that
there was one more game after the Peru-Argentina game. One more game after that was Peru-Colombia. What had happened was in the last 3 minutes of the match, the captain of the Colombian team went up to the captain of the Peruvian team and said, "Hey, listen, Chile's losing right now. If none of us do anything, we both go to the World Cup." So the last 3 minutes of the game was just the Peruvian team passing the ball around on their own half. It was fucking great. But afterwards...
Yeah, that's...
This have to do with the cocoa tea.
Yeah, so afterwards what happened was, with the cocoa tea is they suspended the captain, Paulo Guerrero. They're saying, they found cocaine in his system. So he explained it's not the case. FIFA said, okay, fine, no problem. You can serve your sentence after the World Cup. They suspended him for 60 days or something. So now comes around. So they played a friendly, and he was playing. And then the game after that, the World Doping Association went to FIFA. We're like, what are you guys doing? No, fuck him. He's not going to play in the World Cup. So then Paulo Guerrero was out of the World Cup again. And as of yesterday, so he appealed it this whole week. And as of yesterday, the FIFA finally said he's playing in the World Cup. So there's a lot of drama.
It seems like a lot of drama to be kicked out of the first round.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do I hear India or Italy? No, thank you.
Whoa.
What do you mean, whoa?
Peru makes one World Cup in fucking 40 years, and this guy's talking big shit. You realize Italy's won 2 World Cups since the last time Peru's made it, right? The last time they were at the tournament in 2006.
Why are you so aggressive? None of us said anything about Costa Rica, which is where you're from.
You said no. You guys said Peru was gonna. See, I told you my Peru.
All right, I'm gonna have to play moderator here.
All right, Dwight, who's your team?
Yeah.
What was he called? Alex Jones, right?
Blows.
InfoWars, right? No, I always support England in these World Cups, which means I usually end up somewhere around the round of 16, and then I have to become a neutral. But I stick with that. I stick with that every year. I was very close to not sticking.
Dueling dogs going on over here. Sorry.
For me and Manny. Come on now. I'm originally from India, and I moved to Canada in '97. So I've been here for about 20 years now.
All right, Joe,
I ever live and qualify for a World Cup.
I was born here in Canada,
right,
and my parents are both from Italy. So when Manny took that shot at Italy, I was a little bit defensive there. So as you can see why, So this is gonna suck, this World Cup for me. But that's another story.
I'll be watching the Twitter beef a little bit, and then hearing that you guys.
Are your dogs mad at my rant?
Yeah, they hate you.
Yeah, that's there you go, guys. Even Joe's dogs are on Manny right now. They heard his cry, and they're backing him up now. All right, let's kind of go with the groupings and I want to get you guys' take on what you guys think or who's going to come out of them. And we kind of went over it with Manny last time we spoke, but now that kind of some things have arisen in these last couple weeks, I want to get your take on them. All right, let's start with Group A. So Group A has, so here we have Egypt, Russia, Saudi Arabia, and Uruguay. Anyone have any outcomes
pure
out of that
corruption
one?
Russia's going to go through somehow.
Egypt. I mean, if Salah's not injured, then Egypt's got a good chance of getting through that group.
Uruguay for sure is going to go through that group.
Uruguay, I feel like Uruguay should go through that group, but they never show up when they're supposed to show up.
Who's the goalkeeper
yeah,
for Uruguay?
100%. I couldn't tell you.
So
It's a young kid, I know.
So some people have already kind of set up some predictions, and as far as the round 6, the first 6 teams, see here, you're saying Uruguay and Russia, right? See here, people are estimating Uruguay has a 29% chance of making it through. Russia has a 22.9% chance of making it through past the
So
first
it's
16.
out of the round robin type of thing.
Compared to,
I just, like looking at Group A though. Those I would say are probably the 2 stronger teams, right? But again, the magic of the World Cup is you could always get a dark horse. I mean, look what Costa Rica did. Was it the last one?
Yes.
Right. So I mean, anything can happen, right?
Round of 8.
ooh. Looking at these stats, I'm gonna see if I can post it for
I'm
you
looking
guys
at it on
so
my
you guys can see it as well.
Group B.
Seeing these.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh no, the stats I have. I'll post it for you guys. Because I'm looking at kind of the chances. Someone like put the chances of like at them winning the whole thing. What is not working? Come on.
Yeah. Actually,
Come on. Okay, you should guys get it.
Oh, just on a side note, I can hear the party going on of that high school reunion by my house, Dwayne and Manny.
Go on.
They're playing Play That Funky Music, White Boy, right now.
And why are we not crashing this high school reunion? We can
Well,
always
you
just
guys
say,
are at home right now.
because
we
our
can always
friend,
just say, hey, I'm that weird kid you don't remember.
Because we're on the phone with Jesus right now.
our friend Jesus wants to talk soccer, you moron.
Yeah. We had plans of crashing this thing, but you told us we were invited on this podcast,
Okay.
remember?
I don't know what to say. Would it be okay if I drive while we continue this podcast, Jesus?
Where are you driving to?
I have to go get my wife.
If you,
I
it's possible,
guess.
yeah. After you watch
That
it,
would
you
be
cut in
amazing.
and out. Where'd it go? But anyways, let's. I'll try to get this posted so you guys can see it. But let's kind of
Sure.
go to Group B then. Let's see. So, Group B has Iran, Morocco,
Portugal and Spain, hands down,
Thoughts?
in my opinion. I think they're going to come out of that group fairly easily.
Okay.
Even
It's-
if Portugal doesn't have... Sorry?
Spain are the favorites, but then Spain's got a World Cup that they really need to clean their reputation. They didn't make it out of that. They didn't make it out of that group the last year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true too, right? So...
Okay. You
Just
guys
for the
have
noise,
done that too.
Spain and Portugal. Yeah, Spain and Portugal. That just seems like the easier option. That's the lazy option. But like Joe said, Spain didn't show up last time, but they have some new blood.
Dwayne said that, but yeah.
Oh, Dwayne said that. So yeah, so there's a little bit of new blood, a little bit of old blood. So we'll see where they go with this.
Kind of, I'm how Morocco does in this.
Is Iniesta?
I don't know. Is Iniesta playing in this one, or is he calling it?
I think he's playing it.
Does Spain have a bid?
Dwayne, is your man crush? Dwayne, is your man crush De Gea playing goalie?
Of course he is.
I just wanted to say Dwayne's man crush.
I would have said Ronaldo before De Gea, but okay.
He just wanted to.
Can have.
I don't know, man. Yeah, my brother-in-law will fight you for Ronaldo.
There's a lot of him to go around. Okay, I'm sure we'll be fine.
Plenty of Cristiano.
Actually, speaking of Cristiano, 0% body fat.
He's got Ronaldo's going to make an announcement this week.
What?
Yeah, maybe he'll leave Real.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
I don't see that happening yet. I think he's got a few years of like top flight football in him before he leaves Real.
God, come join the MLS.
I'm gonna sell him, so definitely not.
Wait, did you say he was? Did you say he would go to the MLS?
Yeah. I don't know.
Not yet, anyways.
He's gonna try.
I don't think that's happening.
Oh god.
He's gonna go to Colorado for some reason.
What? I'd see him going to LA or something like that.
Jesus, what state are you in again? Oregon.
Oregon,
Okay.
up above California. That
Is there a
one
nice
little
trail there?
state no one knows about.
Shut up, Manny.
Not again.
Not again. Not again.
Man, you can't make the same jokes twice, man. Dude.
Yes, I can. That's what our whole podcast is.
It's true. All our jokes are just making fun of you.
Hey, after this, I hopefully
No,
I'm
there's no
invited
wedding.
to this wedding you guys keep talking about.
There's absolutely no wedding.
A wedding episode. I'm so excited.
I'm down for a bachelor party, but not a wedding.
Oh no!
No, after.
Oh man!
You guys listen to their. Everyone who's listening, listen to their podcast, and you guys understand what this wedding
Oh,
is.
we're gonna
It's
have
be
like elephants.
spectacular.
We're gonna have like elephants. You know, we're going all out.
I'll make my way up there.
We should have a bachelor party. Just not invite Manny.
We should have one in his honor. You know, one where he's not
There you
there,
go.
but we're doing it in honor of him. I feel like that would be the most fun.
Again, I'm not dead.
Jesus, if you down, it'll be a good time. It's usually we're planning on having it sometime in February. We'll have ketchup chips. We'll have poutine sauce. We might even give you a shirt, and it'll be a great time.
You guys sold me.
We'll send you
on
back with like a
poutine
truckload
and ketchup chips
of
and good
books.
times.
You can let your sister know it's from the No Inner Monologue guys. It'll be good.
You're all dicks.
You asked for this.
No, I didn't. I didn't ask to be verbally abused for, what's it now, an hour and a half? Jeez. My verbal abuse is only 1 hour, damn it.
Well. Oh god, it has been.
Man, you can just do what you do on our podcast and just not pay attention for an hour.
I mean, zone out.
Yeah, you don't pay attention to what we say anyway, so it doesn't matter.
You know what? I like to think I have what you call the gist of it mind.
That's not a good thing.
I get the gist of it.
That's a terrible thing to have.
I'm like the C plus B minus version of it. You know, like you get the gist of it, but not enough to excel.
Not enough. Not enough.
I got the
Excel
gist of
should be
that.
the name of your autobiography.
Is it just me in front of a computer trying to figure it out?
What, Excel? No, you couldn't handle that. It'd be too much for you.
All right. If you want to hear us make fun of him more, listen to our podcast. This is Jesus as well.
Yeah, this is just a taste of it, guys. Come check us out. Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, yeah, guys. So it's been going on for a little bit. I know we didn't finish up the World Cup stuff.
Really touched it.
I'd love to have you guys come back.
Who do you have to win the World Cup?
I
Jesus?
know.
Like, based on your stats, who do you see lifting up that cup?
Okay, I'm gonna say this, and it's not because someone is looking at me directly. I'm gonna say Brazil. Yes, Brazil is number
Are
one.
you being held at gunpoint?
I'm not being stared down or anything. No.
Is Ronaldo?
Brazil's gonna win it, okay, guys?
Sneeze twice if you're in danger. Do a cough, something. We will send you help.
Brazil number one. Brazil number one, guys.
If you're under duress, say creepy Uncle Manny 4 times.
Yeah.
Guys,
I am not trying to summon him here, like Beetlejuice.
If I did, that's it.
That's such a lie. That was such a lie. I say creepy Uncle Manny, then the next thing I know, you're at my house. Fuck.
Correction, I'm in the bushes.
I say creepy Uncle. I say creepy Uncle Manny. The next thing I know, child services are at my door.
Alright, Dwayne, who do you have lifting the World Cup?
Alright.
I think my 2 choices are Germany doing a repeat or France.
France spanked Italy 3-1 today.
Okay.
I was not pleased with that. Oh yeah.
Really?
The pre-tournament friendlies, right? And Italy's going through a large transition after just firing their manager and stuff, and so bringing back Balotelli was a good start. And then when they played a real team, it didn't do so great.
that second goal today from Dembele was gorgeous.
Oh no, like I said, I mean that's what I mean by a real team. I mean the French team they're a powerhouse, and yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they lifted the cup this year. I mean, they've got a good enough team to excel at the Euros, which, in my opinion, I think harder tournament to win just because of the quality of the tournament, and it's a relatively smaller tournament in general, right?
Okay.
But
I think if they get their defense right, they're gonna win it.
Okay.
yeah, the French. I mean, Pogba's got a big thing. He's been playing pretty well this season. I wouldn't see him, giving it up for the World Cup. I think he would do even more. So, but again, I haven't seen much of Pogba as much as you, Dwayne. So, because I think he'll make that French midfield tick along with the other players he has around him too, right?
Plus, that team just seems to have the best team I've seen this World Cup.
It's all Pogba.
Yeah, and then there's also the reality with, like you said, the German team. They're just a team that's just so well equipped in almost every position. Just they're so deep that they're a scary team, right?
In a German kind of way.
In a very German way.
Okay, who's your dark horses then? Jesus, what a dark horse is, it's an unlikely team to win it.
Horses.
Yeah.
It's a horse of a different color.
Yeah. For me,
It's an equine of a different color.
yes.
Equine.
Say Brazil again,
My
'cause
dark
he's gonna get
horse is
murdered.
going to be, well, no. Honestly, my dark horse is going to be, I'm going to be rooting for Mexico. I kind of really want to see, my family be excited for once.
You know what?
Not just
I'll be
disappointed
honest,
in that team.
Jesus, if Mexico makes
For
it
the life of
past the
me.
round of 16, so if they make it into final 8, that'll be a massive achievement for them, in my opinion.
No, that's why I'm waiting. So honestly, that's my dark horse.
What about
and
you?
I'll be seeing
What
them
about you, Dwight? Dark
through and
horse.
through this time around.
Let's see. I was trying to
Well, I'll tell
figure
you
out
mine.
who it could be.
So, for me to take the World Cup, I'm gonna go with France. They seem like the most likely to do it. But if I'm gonna go with a dark horse, I mean, I don't even know if they're a dark horse, but I am gonna say Portugal. I mean, they won the Euro. Their players
I don't think you can consider Portugal a dark horse anymore now that they've won a major tournament.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think you can. And in the last 10 years, right? They've been a bit more of they've been a bit of a stronger team than So I don't know if they're in that weird spot, right?
Well, I mean, then my go-to is everyone's dark horse, which is Belgium, right?
who's not a dark horse though?
All right. So who's your dark
that's
horse?
been-
Right now, okay. There's obviously Iceland, who's everyone's hoping will will have their magic form.
Oh yeah, that's kind of
The
how
team
I was
I'm kind of
picturing
most
too.
interested to see how they do. And I'm sorry, Joey, this isn't a knock on you, but this Sweden team.
Sorry, what was that?
That's it. This isn't a knock at Joey. I was going to say,
Yeah,
but
what?
the Sweden team.
Oh no, they're a great team. Like I said, it hurt watching it happen, but they outclassed a severely weak Italy team, and they took advantage of it full well over those two games.
No. But what I'm trying to say is, this is going to be a Sweden team that's playing in a tournament without Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh no, the dynamic of the
It is?
entire team has been changed. Yeah, the dynamic of the team is completely different, and you saw it because at one point it was just if you can cover Zlatan, you can shut down Sweden. And if you go looking at the last, when was Conte Italy's manager at the Euros, right? So in that tournament, Conte's strategy was just have the back three defenders, Chiellini, Bonucci, and Barzagli, shut down Zlatan, and they won
Those are
that
players. By the way, those are players, not food.
Manny, you're a racist.
They have
Anyways,
very hilarious last names.
racist. Anyways, sorry for that.
Continue.
This is why
Joe.
we didn't want you on this episode, Manny. You don't know things about soccer. Anyways, like I was saying, at one point, the Swedish team, that was a strategy to beat them. You shut down Zlatan because the ball just went to him pretty much every time. Now it's a completely different dynamic with some really good young talent on that Swedish team, and I wouldn't be surprised. Like I'm with Dwen here. I think they'd be a pretty decent dark horse, along with the Iceland. But the thing with Iceland though is people are going to be watching out for them now compared to the last tournament they were in, where they sort of caught everybody off guard. This little nation, nobody expected anything out of them. But they had a really good tournament last time around, and now they're on the radar. So I don't know if they're going to be I don't know if they're going to fare as well as they did in the last tournament. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a side note, has anybody seen the Nigeria jersey?
Oh, they're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, check this out.
No.
They are gorgeous. And they sold out in 30
Yeah.
minutes.
Let's look at looking these up. Nigeria's jerseys. Come on. For anyone who's listening, just look them up. FIFA.
Oh,
Jesus, you there? Okay,
Yeah,
you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
I can hear you
You
now.
guys hear me?
He keeps cutting in and out again.
yeah, I hear you guys pretty clear.
Wait, am I?
Okay.
Who is?
Did you guys see the Nigeria jersey? Oh,
I'm currently looking at them. Yes.
It's so weird hearing a
The green?
digitized voice of that dog's bark. There it is.
Even Nigeria jersey?
It's actually
Yeah,
the Google Home that you called
Yes, they
out
are
a while ago.
absolutely beautiful. I'd say put a link up to them there, or Google them if whoever's hearing this. They are probably one of the most beautiful jerseys I've ever seen in a World Cup team.
Yes, they're all sold out, eh?
Yeah, 3 minutes.
3 million pre-orders.
Are they?
3 million. Wow. Oh man. I guess the Prince of Nigeria really did take them. That guy keeps emailing me, offering me the shirt. I don't know.
Give me a credit card.
Just take the offer and just give him your credit card and
them for
send us all some.
$100, but I have to forward him the money first. I don't know. Good deal? Yeah, there you go.
Get a fifth and you should be fine. Alright, so we'll finish up and go from there. So I want to thank everyone for listening with us, and I'm glad to have talked with the guys from
Mona, we get it.
You know what I love about that, Jesus? You were trying to keep a straight face the whole time.
If you could only
what
see
the
my
hell they're
face.
freaking out about. Sorry, guys. One stopped. Let's see where she is now.
Don't worry.
Go, get out of here.
Alright.
Get out of there.
No.
Alright.
Alright, so... Alright, let's closing it up again. I want to thank everyone for listening, and I want to thank the guys from No Inner Monologue for joining me in this very interesting discussion.
Jesus just turned into a robot.
Exactly. We're losing him.
Did I? Oh, no. Oh, don't worry. I'll fade in one last time before we cancel up. But no, I want to thank you guys for joining me. It was a real pleasure to finally get a talk with you guys after listening to you guys for a while.
You guys, it's like a piano.
Yeah, he sounds like a piano right now.
Am I?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Hey, you're back.
Huh?
You sounded like
Testing,
a xylophone,
1, 2,
man.
yeah.
You gotta play it back. It's great.
Alright, but no.
It's frightening.
Oh,
you're doing it again.
okay,
That's weird.
I'll figure that out, but I want to thank you guys for joining me. I'll slow down my pace, how about that?
Is he doing it again?
Hello? Testing,
It's
1, 2.
happening again.
Testing.
Oh my God.
What's happening?
Anyone?
Oh my god,
Oh, God.
guys! Hello?
Jesus.
Okay, guys.
How about now? Hello? Testing, 1.
Because I
Boys,
watched the end
there?
of the Silent Hill
You there,
one
boys?
when they make the phone call.
Don't worry. Yes. Okay, as I try to end this, thank you guys for...
This is a great episode of No Inner Monologue.
I can't figure it out.
Hello, Jesus? Hang on, guys.
I'm here. Can you hear me now?
Enough!
You know what, Glenn, Joe, let's do the outro for him. Alright?
Well, maybe everything's good on his end. Maybe not on our end, though. Hello?
Yeah,
No.
No, we can't
Okay,
hear
how
you,
about-
man. All
can you
we're
guys
hearing
hear me?
is piano noises.
oh god, no! Okay, so I'm kind of lost with the boys from No Inner Monologue. I was gonna have them talk about their stuff, but apparently I can't reach them. This sucks. Big time. Ah, that's a little sad. But as you can hear, it was some really fun time with them. I wish them the best.
I can hear you.
Yes, there we go. Can you guys hear me now?
He's gone.
There we go. I had to reconnect. Okay. Oh God, dang it. But anyways, I want to thank everyone for listening. I want to thank the boys from No Inner Monologue. If you guys can
stay over again, we're just hearing weird piano noises. Can you hear us?
I'm gonna let them say their stuff and. Yes.
So yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear the noises, but that's all I can hear.
How about now?
Device, right?
Okay, everyone's kind of cutting out now. Okay, I'm gonna let them shout out their stuff and go from there.
This is
okay. You know what? Well, just to get this stuff figured out, we'll do a little housekeeping of our own, I guess. If you liked what you listened about with these three idiots and would like to hear a female voice as well, the No Inner Monologue. We're available on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play. Just search for No Inner Monologue. And if you want to check out some of our social media, I think our best two social media apps are Twitter, and they're at No Inner Pod. Joey takes care of the Instagram. He takes care of the Twitter, and if you want to check out a Facebook group for more links and such, then the No Inner Monologue Facebook group is for you, and I take care of that one. We have Jesus back. Can you hear me?
Hey, he's back! Yay!
I'm here.
Well, that's fun.
Alright. So, there you go. If you guys want to listen to them, go there, check them out. I really enjoy them. They're really amazing guys. And one more with them.
Thank you for having us. It's great.
Thank you guys for joining me.
Thank you very much.
It was a real blast.
A lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we should meet up again after the semifinals.
Yeah, sounds like fun.
On what's happening.
Ditto.
All right, thank you guys.
Remember, book your ticket for February.
Until next time.
Yeah. Remember, it'll be in Manny's honor.
Got it. I'm on
I
it.
agree to this.
It's great. You're not invited. Bye.
There you go. Okay, bye.